my friends. Welcome back. We are continuing on the build for the bookcase today. What I have here is I have the, we're going to work on cutting the mortises for the supports. Now, thinking of a lot of ways to do this. All the shoulders have to line up, right? So I'm going to take the shelf that I cut first, and I've been basing all of these edges. Let me bring you in closer. So this board here is the first one I cut, and I've been basing every other shelf to this. I've cut the edge to that. So what I'm going to do is, where did I go? Oh, there it is. I'm going to do that also for the shoulders for the mortises. So what I'm going to do is I've got these all clamped up and flush along the edge. So I'm going to come in here and register my square against that, and then I'm going to mark a line all the way across. And I'm going to do that on both sides while I have it here. Now all these these supports will all have the same shoulder width. So now we can take this apart. Ouch. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to cut this. Okay, so now that we have our line marked on all the boards, this shoulder line will continue all the way through. I took my marking gauge and I measured this distance right there, the size of placement of the mortise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark down the edge. I'm not going to do the other side just yet, but just so because I did mark these earlier, I want to make sure I cut down the right line. And then I'm going to trace around this, the line I made earlier, so this line. Kind of awkward with. I'm going to flip it around because it's a little awkward for me. Sorry, I know you can't see this very well, but that angle is just not working. I'm going to finish marking that. Okay, so now center this in the camera just a little bit better. I'm going to take the knife line, make a knife wall, take my cross cuts off, cut down to the mortise line. Do the same thing on the other side. These are only 1/4 inch mortises, so I don't want to go into the cheeks at all, if I can help it. Alright, I'm going to release some of the waste. I still have that line down there, so that's good. Shoot, I should have set this up. So I'm going to set this to that line, that marking gauge line. Tighten it down. Come in from both sides. I'm going to clean up this edge. I didn't really take anything off, I just kind of cleaned up the fuzz and corners. The same thing, should have done this first. I'm going to set this up so this goes right to that gauge line. Take my router. Which wasn't set up properly. All right. Clean up any fuzz. So it fits in there. Okay. Now earlier, I put a knife wall where that, if you remember, I put a knife nick right here. That's the top, that's where the shelf's going to line up. So I'm going to line it up with that. Juggle things around. Oh, another thing I can do. I'm just going to line this up to the top of that mortise. We're going to cut it off the bottom. So that's an easier way to do this. So, make a nick. Excuse me, doing that backwards. Yeah, okay. Making sure, because these are offset. So I was just making sure I set that in the right place. I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut at an angle. Because I don't want to dig into my sides. Take a chisel, find that knife nick. I'll take my narrow chisel, clean up that wall. And there, the mortise is done. Nice and flush. See if there's any gap. Don't lean on it. It's a little bit of a shoulder line left here. So I'm just cleaning up the shoulders, putting my chisel right in that knife wall. My pen is a little tippy. Sorry about that. That side looks real good. Should. Right in there. Nice. And now there's no gap. A little bit of pressure. Closes up anything. That's one mortise. So I have 3 of those, well 6 of them in total to do. So I'm going to do those and then we'll be ready for fitting the top. So we're getting really close to this bookcase being done. So thank you, and next time we'll be working on fitting the top. We'll have it dry fit and it'll look like a shelf. All right, so take it easy. Thank you guys, and hope you follow along. Bye.